Before.
We're happy to have you here today. We're about to start the show, hooray. Welcome to Amy's Art Cabaret.
Also, Barb.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome this week. Barb is here on time. No technical difficulties.
Hey, I'm not. I mean, okay, yeah, technical difficulties, yes.
Yeah. No, it wasn't your fault. I think I mentioned that. Who knows? But everyone, thanks for tuning in. Feel free. The comment section's open. Say hello to us if you want to. I'll go first before Barb. Do you have a big reveal of your project you've been working on?
Well, which one? Because
something that goes on your head.
Well, I have two things that go in my head.
Oh, both of them. Okay, I'm gonna go first while you put that on your head.
Okay.
All I have to show on my skeleton is I added some red buttons here to define his teeth or her teeth. I haven't decided.
Or their cheeks.
Yeah. Cheeks, teeth. Barb doesn't have her headphones on.
No, I don't. I can kind of hear almost things.
Oh, hello, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Is 7 a.m. Sunday morning, so thank you for getting up in the future.
Tell us about the future.
The future. Barb, what's on your head now?
Well, I mean, for people who were here last week, it was just this bottom part and the jaw, which still doesn't have teeth. I've started.
Oh yeah, we can see it. Oh, nice.
I need eyes. I started doing like little eyes, and then it's like, no, they have to be gigantic.
Yeah.
So and I still like doing this, like just tucking it up in here because that makes it a little bit more. It makes it a little easier.
Hat. Oh, let's look at that as a hat. Yeah, you could just wear that out.
Just wear it as a hat. No, I like this. In fact, I might just not even bother with the bottom part. Just leave it like this. Wow. I do wear this out. I wear this to classes. It's useful. Okay. So this is if anybody remembers, this is the version that's more suited to don't fall.
Suited to actually walking around during the day in your normal life.
Or video chats, because the big one, which has been progressing.
Yes.
Is just too big for this. Like I have to go way back.
Oh, nice.
This is the current state of it.
It's not
done yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got like flames on the horns and stuff, and of course it opens.
Oh,
and nice. The side's getting there. But
let's look at that. Look at that side.
The other side.
Yeah.
It's still happening.
Oh, I like it. I like those different textures. Cool.
Yeah. So once I get that layer done, I'm gonna add some red tissue over some of it to kind of smooth things out a little bit, not too much. And then I want to do like some paint, do like dry brushing over a stencil, so I can make something that looks a little bit like
textures. Scales. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
and then there'll eventually be lights and stuff too. But yeah. Very
cool. We're looking forward to that. So it should be done, I don't know, Halloween? Maybe.
Before that, yeah. I'm working. I've converted this into my project for Deep Fried Neurons, the live stream that we do on Friday night. Anybody wants to tune in, you can do that. But then so I'm going to add other parts to it, like a red leather jacket and a 3D printed glowing necklace and some other stuff too. So we'll see.
Well, I like that. It's progressing very awesomely, if that's a word, awesomely. So everyone who's tuned in, I gave Barb a challenge yesterday, I think it was, literally. Or was it Friday? I think it was Friday, which was yesterday. Oh my gosh, I got confused because I was thinking of Australian time. So Barb's challenge that I gave her yesterday was to find a guest. And Barb, would you like to introduce the guest?
Sure. This is Liz McFarland. Liz is cool. She's I know her from Crash Space, which is the hacker space that we are both members of, and she's actually our new VP there. And so we're all very excited having Liz around. And she's super cool, and she does the thing that I put in our like Twitter picture was some cosplay that she'd done as Mercy from Overwatch. But
Yeah, and that was actually my first cosplay that I ever did. It was my first BlizzCon too, and so when you post that picture, I was like, "Oh, the memories."
So, do you have any
Like,
cosplay
we need to
around
do a
you
cool
right
cosplay.
now?
I don't have any around me. There's plenty of pictures on my Instagram, so I recommend checking that out. Most of it is like in storage. Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, it really takes up a lot of room.
Yeah.
I know my clothing stuff does, but oh well. It's fun. I can't stop, and I'm not gonna. Yay, there's
Speaking
the
of
Instagram.
Instagram.
Thank you, Barb. And so, Liz, do you do other things? Do you make other things?
I do like to sew. I'm not the best at it, but I've been trying to get more into that. I just like making little things. I made like a little baby Yoda from the Mandalorian before they sold toys of him. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
I have a 3D printer, so I do like to 3D print. But I also like just to do things like with my hands. Sometimes it's nice because I'm a technical writer. I'm on the computer all day. It's nice to like detach from technology and just work on something with my hands. So
very cool. And so Barb said you chose the theme today of books.
Yes,
Why?
I was an English major, so I have plenty of books. I have literal bookshelves. And I saw a video a little while ago of someone making a book nook, which is just like a little box that you put in your bookshelf, like a bookshelf insert, and you just create like little mini worlds, or it's like a diorama basically. And I've always wanted an excuse to make one. So this seemed like a good excuse to make one.
Oh man, I wish I knew that was the whole theme, Barb. I could have made a diorama. I have little Figurines all over the place. Literally.
You still can.
All over the place.
You still can. Here.
You're right. The show didn't end.
Yes, that's perfect.
That's amazing.
So here's like some examples. I mean, it's so cute. I mean, they're like just like little it's like you're peeking into a book.
Oh, those are so cute.
They're so cool.
And they're just book size. I like it.
Or like size of maybe a couple books or something, or one giant Harry Potter book there. Oh, that's cool.
I was gonna say,
that's like it's like a little library nook or bookshop or
like
a nook.
A nook, a book nook.
How about that? A book nook.
That's awesome. So you're going to be making a book nook. Barb, are you making a book nook?
I'm not making a book nook. Not right now anyway, because that sounds like an awesome idea. But I was thinking, because I have my, oh shoot, did I bring it up?
I don't know. Did you levitate it up to you?
I mean, it's possible. I meant to bring up, I might have forgotten, but I made the little book for like artist trading cards, which I've shown in past weeks, and I've gone through all the pages. So
you did?
I did. Wow. Yeah, I got through all of them.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I want another one with more pages, and I want to try to do a different binding technique. Not sure how different it is, but yeah, I want to switch it up a little bit and do better at it. Better
at it. Well, I took your theme of book and a piece of cardstock, and I'm going to use paint as glue and do buttons inspired by my skeleton or skull, and make some art on here that I will later hang. But that's my plan for today, because you don't really have to use glue if you have paint. And all of mine is acrylic. So we'll see how it goes.
Amy is all about skeletons.
I am. Skulls and the full skeleton and any kind of little friend. Here's my friend. Hello. That's Marie Antoinette. I've renamed her every day. Oh!
Admiral Mango.
That's like something mango.
Cardboard and like things from magazines, kind of like my dragon head.
Okay, So, Barb, I'm going to leave you to ask most of the questions, but I'll ask them as I think of them for Liz. And I'm going to tilt down as I start painting. So feel free to put questions in the comments too, everyone. We will try to remember and notice them and ask the questions too.
I was going to say, that's the challenge, is you didn't point out like, oh, I need questions.
I don't actually need questions, but you've answered my first one, which is how do you guys know each other, which is Crash Space. How long have you been involved with Crash Space, Liz? Because I think Barb was born there. Is that correct?
Possibly. In a sense, yes.
Yeah, I've only been at Crash Space 2 years now. When I started my job at OpenPath, there's a bunch of people there that are also members of Crash Space. And I told them that I liked to do cosplay. And they're like, oh, you can work on stuff at Crash Space. It's this magical place that has all these tools and all these smart people, and they love helping people. And so, like, this sounds perfect, and it is pretty magical. So,
wow, Barb, those are the words. That's how you should have described Crash Space to me.
Magical. That's what I should.
Magical space. That's
how did I explain it to you? How did I describe it?
A hacker space probably is the word you use.
Yeah,
it's not as exciting to.
It's that too, but it's so much more.
Yeah, that's what they need to know. That's what the people need to know, Barb. Okay, this time I'm really tilting down. Ooh, here we go.
Well, my internet crapped out, so I didn't hear it. Also, that's okay.
That's okay. You can watch the recording later.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So I don't have my little sample. See, I knew I left something.
What, do you have material to work on anything, Barb?
No, I've got all the stuff here. I just was going to look at my book that I'd done before and use that as, but I know what size that they're meant to be, so I'll be okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll be fine.
I have a shape. Liz, do you have in mind what your book nook's going to look like?
Yeah, I also recently rewatched Sleepy Hollow. So I'm going for like a dark wooded, maybe like I don't know how well you can see that, but a moon in the background. I have some fairy lights, so it'd be fun to incorporate some LEDs.
Yeah, that's cool. Amy, does your paint have like gold in it? Because that's what it looks like right now.
No, it's just magical.
Can you see it? Like, look at it.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
It really does.
I think it's the light from the window.
I think so. It's still pretty freaking neat.
I figured I'd just paint a shape and then later on add enough paint to hold all my buttons. Because I got a gazillion buttons next to me. As always.
Okay. So here's the question.
Yes, Barb?
Well, I'm not really to this point yet. I need to first get my paper and my stuff ready, but I'm going to have to figure out what color of like thread to use for binding it.
How many books have you bound?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe half a dozen. Not a ton.
And you made it yourself, or did you take a class?
No, I just look up things. Actually, that was one of the things I've done in the past. Is like one of the first things I remember, or the first thing I think I remember making was a little book for my mom, which I think was just a piece of paper folded up. Yeah, but no, I'm more self-taught on a lot of these things. So, I've done this one so many times. Liz, what's the first thing that you remember making?
Oh yeah, that's good. That's your standby.
I know, I like it. It's a fun question.
It's a good one. Yeah.
I mean, I remember drawing a lot as a kid, but I think the first thing that I remember making was like doll clothes for my Barbies.
Ooh, yes.
Just taking scraps of fabric, because I would sew with my mom. We would always make our Halloween costumes together. And so probably making miniature clothes, which were terrible. Like, they were not good, but they did clothe my Barbie. So
I mean, nobody's expecting their first versions of anything to be good.
Just me.
Just you. No, but that's Amy. Didn't you say like that's the first thing that you were making a lot was like doll clothes?
No,
Or was it somebody else? No, somebody else was.
it was your mom.
I mean, my mom too, but I was thinking about who else because I know my mom did.
You know your mom.
I know my mom did. I remember that.
The first thing I sewed. Well, I did some embroidery first, lots of little embroidery. But the first project was a pillow. Your standard pillow. Actually, it wasn't standard at all. I did applique on there, and I made the whole thing. It was cute.
Wow.
Nice. That's pretty cool. Okay, wait. Here's what I'm going to do because I got a bunch of pages. These were like a sample of how many pages? 3. I guess that's limiting how many pages I can have in my thing. So,
well, I don't know.
I mean, if I add something, a different color, I could do that. Actually, that'd be kind of fun. I could do that.
So, Liz, have you ever made any art books or any kind of, not exactly art book, but, assembling a book yourself?
I have not, no. I'm super interested in it. I love watching paper making videos on Instagram. People who like making paper. So it's very satisfying to watch, but I have not made any myself.
Totally. Yet.
Yet is the key word.
That's the word. Aside from bird.
Bird is the other word.
That's how it goes. That's the expression, Amy. Bird is the other word.
The other word. Did any of our guests come up with questions yet? And Liz, you can ask us questions too. We're very open in our format here.
That's true. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. We're just talk about what are you starting with on this book nook?
Oh yeah, that's a good question too. How are you doing this?
What's your process?
Yeah.
What's your procedure?
So I did rearrange my bookshelf because I was like, well, where do I want the book nook to go? What books? It has to be aesthetically pleasing, obviously. So I did some reorganization, and then I measured the space where I wanted to go, so I knew how big the box needed to be. And then I cut out the cardboard before the stream because I figured that would be a little hard to do. I was on the floor, cutting cardboard. So now I'm gluing it together, and now I'm deciding how I want to prime it because I do want to paint the inside, I think. So maybe do some Mod Podge.
Yeah. Mod Podge.
I was very inspired to do this with recycled materials, mostly due to you, Barb, because you always make such cool things out of recycled materials.
Oh, thanks. So does Amy. Amy does way more recycled material stuff than I do.
True. Everything I'm using right now is
everything.
I'm saving someone else's. Yeah, actually everything I'm using. I didn't buy anything as I look around here. I didn't buy anything that is here.
I know. Amy's my inspiration for that.
Yeah, people know I upcycle everything, so they give me a lot of stuff. Of course, not right now. So my goal right now during the pandemic is to try to use everything that's in my possession.
Use up all of the things. Yeah.
Including the paint.
Did I tell you that I made I know I'd told you, Amy, before that I wanted to make this, but I don't know if I told you that I did. A shelf that goes on the arm of my couch.
Oh yes, you told me you wanted to.
Yeah, because the arm of my couch is rounded. I like to sit on the couch and use my computer. And sometimes I like to put it right up there. And it tends to fall because it's not a good flat surface for putting things on. So yeah, but I finally built it out of cardboard and did a bunch of layers and it works really nicely.
Oh, we'll have to see it in a future episode.
I'll take a picture and I'll show you.
Very cool.
Okay, tell us more, Liz.
About the book nook or just in general?
That's an open question. Tell us more.
I was thinking book nook, but tell us about anything. No. Tell us your life story. Let's go high
Well, I
pressure
think
here.
I'll stick with the book nook for now. So I'm trying to decide how I want to like make the trees. I'm thinking kind of maybe cut out some more cardboard. I have a cereal box, so maybe like the center cardboard, and then do kind of like a paper cutting almost, which I've never done before. So it'll be an attempt at that.
Nice.
Oh.
That's cool. I love paper cutting.
So how much arts and crafts do you normally do that you haven't done any of these techniques? What do you normally, besides the cosplay, was there other stuff that you did?
Yeah, I don't do a ton of arts and crafts outside of cosplay. So it's always like creating something to be worn or to like for a prop or something. But given that we are in a pandemic and I spend a lot more time at home and I don't want to necessarily like go out or shop or whatever, I'm trying to like just use materials around the house and I don't know, make my home prettier so I can enjoy it more since I'm here all the time.
You're like, oh, look at this place. It could look a lot better.
Well, I'm looking for the video, and I think it's on your Twitter. I don't know if it's on your Instagram of your. Oh, there's way more pictures of your. Oh, okay. I should have gone.
Barb just had an attack. Are you okay, Barb?
No.
No. Barb is not okay.
Wait, sorry. Cool. For Halloween last year.
Oh yeah, I made a galaxy skirt with LEDs. That was very fun.
Ooh.
It's extremely cool. Here, I'm gonna cast it.
A light up, yeah. I'm gonna pay attention. I want to see it light up. Ooh,
Neat.
that is neat.
Do you want to tell the whole costume, Liz?
So by day I was SpaceX in that I wore that outfit, but I had an X on my chest. And then at night, my husband went as a cowboy, and together we were Space Cowboy. Yeah, I like fun.
Cool.
So yeah, that skirt was super fun to make and fun to wear. I did have pants on underneath so I could hold the battery packs.
I was going to ask about the battery packs.
Yeah, that's always an issue with LED wearables, but
yeah, for sure. Oh, you don't have any? I don't see any pictures of you together as Space Cowboy.
Oh yeah.
No, I think that might be on my Instagram or his Instagram. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I
saw
cool.
There's a picture of you and your husband on your Instagram, but I did not see a cowboy. Still pretty cool.
But I wonder about LEDs and all the light up stuff. Do they take rechargeable batteries?
Yeah, actually. So with that, I use the like those rechargeable phone battery things. I'm trying to think what are they called? Like battery bricks.
Yeah, they're a brick. I have one. I don't know what they're called.
Not the lipos though.
No.
Yeah, but
it's like the USB rechargeable for your phone. But I use that for the LEDs.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah. Like the yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, those are really good. I've used those a lot for that kind of thing. So those are good. I mean, like you can always use. There's a lot of different reusable or rechargeable options for batteries in electronics projects. Like using those, which are good because they give 5 volts, which is a pretty common voltage needed. And then there's also like LiPo batteries, which are rechargeable. Or you could use a battery pack that uses like AA's and just use rechargeable AA's, or AAA's or whatever, or 9 volts or,
Did not know any of that. Very good. I think about that stuff when I'm like, are you gonna have to throw this away? No. How can you use it again?
Yes. Another thing about Liz. Oh no, I'm cutting this the wrong direction. No.
Oh, it's hard to make art and ask questions.
Exactly. That was my concern with this. When Barb asked me to be on, I was like, can I craft and talk at the same time?
Well, we don't have to go at speed,
Yeah.
Okay, now I forget what I was gonna ask. Oh, I was gonna point out something that Liz and I do together.
You do something
Is
together.
is a Crash Space event that happens every month.
Oh, that
it's-
Barb tries to get me to go to.
yeah, it's called Wearable Wednesdays. And I always convince or trick Liz into posting on the email list about it to remind people.
Yeah. It's very chill. It's very like, especially now that we're all virtual, it's just joining for an hour or two and talking about wearable projects. It doesn't even have to be necessarily wearable, but.
Well, that answers one of my questions. But what about? I guess I don't go for I don't know why, but mine don't light up or do anything fancy. All of my wearables.
That's okay.
Yet.
They might never.
We'll get you there.
I don't really want to use batteries because I just don't.
What about solar things?
I would totally use the solar things, yes.
Well,
and I
so
know
what
there's some out there, but I don't want to purchase anything. So
there's that.
There's that.
Sometimes people, that's a thing at Crash Spaces, like e-waste. Sometimes people bring old things that they don't want anymore. And often they get recycled, but if they're still good, like that's actually a fair amount of my materials and tools have come from that. Similar to Rediscover.
And other
that we don't need
places.
there.
Yes.
Yeah. But oh no, that was something about I love to quote Deborah, Geek Mom Projects, when she says that, anything is wearable if you try hard enough.
I believe that. Yes. It might not be comfortable, but
yeah. I mean, you find a way to make it more comfortable.
True.
But it's pretty cool. So there's a lot of electronics on those things. There's 3D printed stuff. And then there's, things that are more analog.
What are you saying about the shirt and the necklace and the earrings I'm wearing?
They're awesome.
They're all analog. Oh, thank you. They're all analog.
I was saying, I do a lot of analog stuff. Liz does a fair amount of analog stuff in her cosplay things.
I would like to do more stuff with LEDs and like microcontrollers and stuff. And I'm starting to learn that, but I definitely mostly do like fabric or foam work or not a 3D printer, so I 3D print. So it's not always like electronic, but
I'm not against it. I just, don't want to purchase anything.
Yeah.
Maybe I would purchase stuff from like another creative reuse center to keep it going, but
Amy is very eco.
Yeah, it's probably annoying.
Extremely eco. It's inspiring to all of us. I do more than I probably would otherwise. Just Amy, and because there are good resources for it.
Yes.
Yeah. But there are things that are very difficult to do without some of these other kind of things, these other technologies.
Speaking about handmade paper, look at this paper. It's like so see-through.
Oh, I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think I have some. But yeah.
I took out a bunch of handmade papers so I could incorporate them into my painting.
Nice. Yeah, I put a fair amount of handmade paper into the dragon head because it molds really, really nicely.
That's
nicely.
true. I'm going to be painting it on. I haven't decided what color. I think I'll go with my purple.
Well, right now it's just red and gold. Purple will do well with that.
Gold. It's just red. It looks gold, I guess.
It's gold. It's totally gold. I'm gonna here, hang on. I'm gonna take a screen cap for you.
And send it to me.
Because you might not be able to see it right now, but it's totally gold. Chat, it's gold, right? It's gold. It's totally gold.
Well, this purple paint I'm using has sparkly effect to it.
It's the the
I
gold,
like
black
this.
and gold dress. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the white and gold or blue and black.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had like no opinions at the time, or else
I
I would
felt very
pay
strongly about
attention.
it. It affected me. I don't know why, but it was
Mhm.
one of those things that like everyone saw it one way or the other.
Mhm. You're like, I could see it both ways. Oh, okay. So I cut these, but that's okay. All right. Here's the question: how big do I make my signatures?
What are you making?
Signatures are the
Signatures.
yeah, signatures, the parts of a book, like when you're binding them, like you make different chunks. Do I have something that has, I mean, this one is only a single signature.
Mm-hmm.
But if there were like multiples of this, which I have them somewhere, I don't know. I want to show you stuff, but I just, yeah. Okay.
So, Liz, when we're allowed back outside again, will you be wearing cosplay outfits again? And where would we see them?
Well, I always go to WonderCon every year. Obviously, that got canceled this year. Well, actually, they did like a virtual thing, but yeah, WonderCon, which is down in Anaheim, is super fun. LA Comic Con is also fun. Went last year. I think they're also like trying to hold it in person this year, but I don't know how that would work. Like,
Oh,
that seems ill-advised.
yeah,
like, would it just be like 10 people at a time?
I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah, like as much as I love conventions, they're like the worst idea to have right now. So.
Seriously.
So weird.
Okay, I should have scored these before I did it. I'm gonna just be spending the whole time like doing this with paper.
That's okay. We
Measuring.
don't have to finish your project today.
I know,
Cool.
but it would be cool to have something that looks like. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Are you, Barb, did you set your bar so high? You're like, I have to make something like the images I showed everyone on the YouTube page or the Google search page, I mean.
I didn't show anything. I'm not doing a book nook.
Not you. I mean, you showed the audience what a book nook is, not you personally. But does your have to be that quality?
Well, I mean, if you really want to get into like psychological stuff, probably.
That was it. That's yes was your answer there.
I mean, you know, we want to get into therapy sessions. Do I have to pay your hourly fee?
I do have a fee. I'll be sending you a bill later. And that's a question, Liz. Does your stuff have to be perfect or seem like it is perfect to others?
Like, especially with cosplay, because I'm always like trying to make a costume of something that exists. Like I want it to be as accurate as possible. So yeah, I can get caught in that where like I know what it should look like and what I want it to look like, and then sometimes it doesn't always look like that. But especially with cosplay, like when you go to the convention and like everybody else is there in costume and like everyone is so excited to see your character and like talk to you about how you made it, and then it doesn't matter as much, right? Like you always notice more flaws than other people do.
Yes, as a seamstress and person who works in that industry on my side, I always remember every time I make some custom project, I always remember that they don't know what I know.
Yes.
So they don't see what I see as a flaw. I'm like, oh my God, this is hideous. I forgot this or that, or it's okay. It could be better. They always like it because they don't sew. So yeah.
So okay, that's a question. Is because I don't know I'm familiar with cosplay and that industry, but I don't know it well, like from the inside. people are probably pretty particular about their cosplay and being precise and stuff with it. Did people get like critical might not be the word, but like get nitpicky about other people's cosplay?
More so online than in person, I've found. Like online, because it's anonymous and there are trolls and stuff. You get people who are like, "Oh, her eye color is wrong. Like, I can't believe she thinks she looks like this character." But like in person, like when you're actually like with people, it goes out the window. Like I've seen like a lot of like gender bending cosplay and like mishmash where they like take like different fandoms and put them together, and like people are just really excited about that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Not the troll part.
Not the troll part. Yeah, people are generally much kinder and more excited in person than they are online, which I guess is true for a lot of things.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So then, okay. Oh, another, have you been, because there's a lot of like, I mean, again, in the before times, there's a lot of really cool, like there maybe not a lot, but there are cool costuming events, like stuff like, oh gosh, what's it called? Labyrinth of Jareth. And
I've never done that, but it looks super fun.
I know, I've been wanting to do that. We should go sometime.
We should.
We'll do that.
So what is that for the audience that's listening?
It's, oh gosh, can I describe, what is this? It's like fantasy-ish, maybe a little steampunk-ish. I don't know. Help me out. It's a costume.
Is that the one at the Bitmore or wherever downtown? Is that something else?
It's the costume ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a steampunky, fantasy-inspired costume ball where people get just dressed up, and I've seen pictures, and it looks like a lot of fun.
I know, yeah. Oh, why did I do that? No, I did that right. That's right. Okay.
There is no right or wrong in art, Barb.
Oh, yeah, except you're being
Barb.
I am being precise because I'm a freaking perfectionist, which is not great. And now Richard is enabling my perfectionism here.
I know what
saying he loves my precision. Thank you, Richard.
No, he meant that nicely.
I know. And I appreciate it. But yeah, I get a little. This is why I try to help children not do this. Not be too precise.
So Barb's mode of teaching is do as I say, not what I'm doing.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But then there's so like that's one thing that I used to do a lot and I really enjoyed it until it started getting like freaking expensive. Is like at Halloween costume balls, like at LACMA. They have a costume ball that's so much fun. Oh my gosh. It's like when it's a thing that's like specifically costume related, not just like general Halloween. But everybody is like, you have to come in costume. Yes. And people spend time like making really neat costumes. Then you get a lot of folks who are very excited to see other people's costumes and talk about them and just be generally like costume nerdy, which I am into.
Yeah.
So those are pretty cool. I'd love to get to go to those things again.
Are they yearly?
Yeah. Like that one is a Halloween thing. Surely not this year.
No, probably not.
Yeah. Pictures from them are exceedingly fun. Because people get real into it and make just these fabulous, amazing costumes. And since it is at a museum, LA County Museum of Art, for those who are not familiar, there's a lot of ones that are like based on artworks, a lot of costumes.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
There was, in fact, one year when I went, there was 3 women dressed in costumes, and they were muses, and they just stood on the lawn on the side of the pathway and posed. and stayed frozen in place for like a few minutes. And then they would move and change their pose and stay in place for a few minutes. And like people get really, really into it. And it's so cool.
They didn't have a bucket at their feet
They did not.
looking for change. They have that in New Orleans and New York.
Yeah.
The people don't move for days, but really they do. But
Yeah. No, this is just like a fun thing that people that people enjoy.
it's almost like a very slow Vogue. Very slow Vogue. Remember, we were voguing, Barb. You and I and Josh were voguing several episodes back.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Liz, it's called an art cabaret because we do like all kinds of randomness.
Oh yeah, so if you have something weird to teach us right now, we're ready.
No pressure.
No pressure. We didn't say that ahead of time. Sorry. I don't prepare the audience. Anyone want to be a guest? I try to prepare the audience, but this was a challenge for Barb to find the audience member or
a guest.
a guest, whatever. It really is hard to use your brain and paint at the same time.
It is true.
Oh, I am a paint. People just get rid of stuff all the time. This one is not even open yet.
Okay. Jen.
Yeah.
Found another one. Okay. What happened to my other? Oh, there. Yeah, that. So Liz, are there any well, let's start with costumes. Are there any costumes that you're looking forward to, like that you want to make? Like you're working on one now, but like what other like
on my
A's?
Yes, I'm working on my Wonder Woman cosplay, from the new one, the 1984 sequel. After that, like probably I missed Renaissance fairs, so I'd love to do like a historical costume.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, we've talked about going to like a Ren fair, especially with Jay, with Odd Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like, I guess, like a steampunk weekend usually, and he goes to that, and I'm like, that would be fun. So we need to have like a field trip.
Yeah, I hung out with Jay at the last Renaissance fair I went to. It was super fun.
Oh, nice.
Barb, we're going to have everybody who is a member of Crush Space on so that we all know who you're talking about.
Do you want me to pull up pictures of Jay and his companion bots that live on his shoulder?
Do they live on his shoulder like 24/7?
Sometimes it feels like it. He wears them around a lot. Like he wears them at work, right?
Yeah, like I don't know that I would recognize him without a robot. It's kind of that.
That's cool.
But he recently made one that's like a hair piece. It's like it's a spider, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll wait till we have him on to actually show pictures of his stuff.
That seems cool.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. Yeah, and I reached out to some other Crash folks for to see if they want to join us too, because there's a lot of cool peoples.
Liz, how long does it take to make a cosplay outfit?
Forever, because I procrastinate. The nice thing about it is that there's always a convention to make it for. So I have like a deadline. And I usually work on it for a few months on the weekends.
Oh.
Yeah, they're involved.
Yeah, I know. I've seen them, but I've never made one, so I didn't know. Seems like a very big task. And does that include all the accessories?
Yeah.
Do you make shoes, or do you make anything to go on the feet, that on top of your shoes or anything?
So shoes are the important. Is it more important that they're functional rather than what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, function over beauty. Yeah, like because like convention floors, like the concrete, like it's just walking all day is exhausting. So what I'll generally do is find a pair of shoes that I like to wear that are comfortable, and then make some kind of like boot cover or something to go on top of it so that it looks more like the costume. But
Yeah. Yeah, those, like, if you're going to any of those things where you got to move around.
Oh,
Yeah.
so how's everyone's thing going? How's your book nook going? Because we have 15 minutes left.
It is still a cardboard box, but that's okay.
Okay, like I said, we don't have to finish. You could always join us another week or even next week to just pop in and show us the progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have time or don't want to, and if you want, you could send us a picture.
Yes, Barb
Put it up.
likes to put things up on the screen.
Because I can.
Yes.
Okay,
Question
I have.
for you two. How
Yeah.
good are you at time management and planning projects? Like, do you have a good idea of like how long something will take? 'Cause I always underestimate.
Mm,
Who's this question for?
both of us.
Both of us? Oh.
Yes.
It always takes at least twice as long as I think it's going to take. At least. Usually. I mean, depends what the thing is. But it is rare that it actually is as like what you expect. I know often, well, I mean, there's feature creep where, it's like, okay, I want to do this thing, but I think it would be fun to add this other element or this other element or, some other parts. And so, especially if I'm sure done, I try to limit those. Oh, that's cool, Amy.
Thanks.
I don't know what the things are. Those buttons?
Yeah.
Nice. But I also find having deadlines is critical.
Yeah, I miss them.
Yeah. That's one of the nice things about having like a live stream that you're part of is that's
That's
okay.
a deadline.
It's a deadline, and it's not necessarily like a really hard deadline, but you want to have something to show, so it kind of helps. Yeah.
So that was an interesting take. So deadlines are good if you have to. Well, for me, the deadline is just if I have to take a picture to enter into a show or something. But for me, I'm not a perfectionist. I will take longer if I'm making something for another person and they're purchasing like a commission. I will take longer, but I will give them a deadline of how long it'll take me because there's a lot of estimating there. And then I tell them how the progress is going and I make sure I'm done on time. Ahead of time, actually, so I can look at it and fix things. But if I'm just making something for myself, or even birthday presents or something, it's pretty, I know I can get it done in time. I don't procrastinate, so as much. I don't know. I guess my answer is yeah. It just, for me, it's as quick. It takes as long as I think it's going to take.
Yeah. I mean, if you're getting paid for a thing, you have to try to.
Well, that's different. Yeah, that's why I was saying that's different. You're getting paid, you have to know exactly, you have to be done at a certain time. If the same with entering into an art show or something. But
or showing it at a con
or even like my skull button guy here, that's hiding over here. I didn't think about how long that would take, but as soon as I started it, I knew it was going to be quick. I don't really focus on the time; I just go into it.
Okay.
Although I have to focus on the
have
today.
this
shiny piece of paper.
My internet just went.
Hey, you're here. We hear you.
We can hear you.
Barb lives in a weird internet hole.
So I don't know. I'm back. Am I back?
You're back. You're back.
Okay. Now.
Yeah, show us. You were going to show us
a cover. Oh, I'm making a cover for this, and I was pulling out my my veneers. So I think I'm gonna use think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use matte board for base of it. On the other ATC book that I did, Artist Trading Card book, I used like a thicker veneer like a veneer with a thicker back, so it was strong enough on its own. This is fairly thin, but it's pretty. I like it. So I'm going to use this, and then I might cut some of these guys out and glue them onto it as well. This was leftover. Like I laser cut this for, I was making a Go board with my little brother, and we were laser cutting things, and so this was a leftover scrap from that, which I hung on to, and now I'm going to use it. Yeah. Yeesh. How's everybody else's? I mean, how's yours going?
Oh, did you ask me or Liz? I'm doing well, I think.
Both. Yes. I mean, Liz was pointing out the box, but there's cutting happening.
There is. I'm trying to go for like a. Hold on, I can't really see that.
All right, let's go.
I'm trying to cut out like a relatively tree shape.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Very cool. You have a good sharp knife?
I have my X-Acto, so it's not the best tool. Gotcha. I know you have strong opinions, Barb, about cardboard cutting tools.
I like X-Actos too. I'm on the X-Acto utility blade side, but that's because we're going for precise cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is what's here right now. I've got another probably half dozen downstairs. Kinds of knives. I'm into knives. Well, that's the only craft knife I have down here. Uh-oh.
That was cool.
Wait, let's go big on Amy here.
Oh, let me see if I can pull back. Ooh, dropping
nice.
Here. Hold on. So hard to get this in the screen because everything's at an angle. Well, there we go.
There we go. Does the heart have wings?
I wasn't sure if they are. They fell off. I was going to make them into flowers with stems, but they turned into leaves. They kind of look like eyeballs that fell off. Does it look better if I straighten everything up? Here we go. You ready?
Nice.
Yeah. It kind of looks like, they look like flame friends.
Oh, that could be cool.
I don't know. And there's paper up the top. Thank you, Richard. He said it's very nice. Yay.
Nice. He's required to say that. It is very nice, but he is required to say that.
No requirements here.
Liz, if you didn't know, Richard is her husband.
Aw, very supportive.
Yeah.
I also have some silver paint I was thinking about using in the 7 minutes we have left. 7 minutes, everyone. Turn my art around.
What did I do with my, there it is. My triangle. Okay. Back to here. I'm going to get I'll get something done. We'll see. I've got.
Nothing's done.
I know. This is the problem with being precise is you get it takes too long. Like this would be fine without this.
Everyone, we're concentrating.
Mm-hmm. And now we're not talking. We're being.
I said 7 minutes, and we're all like, "Oh, stop!
Quick!
Okay."
Here we find the artists in their native habitat.
Oh yes.
Cutting and
looking for buttons, painting and looking for buttons and
looking for fish.
Fish.
Yes, fish.
Fish.
Yes. Are you not looking for fish, Amy?
I was looking for buttons.
Button fish?
No.
Fish buttons?
No.
I have a fish button.
Oh, I do too. But
Well,
I
it's a
just
fish
looking
pea.
for it.
I was showing this earlier before we went live. Wait, where's my fish?
I'm looking for my fish too.
Here's my
These are
fish.
my buttons. Oh,
So
very,
everybody can see my fish.
very nice.
Fish. Fish.
Sounds like a
Fishy, fishy,
ladybug.
fishy, fishy, fishy. If anybody gets that reference.
Is it supposed to be a reference?
It is a reference. Does anybody know it? That's a question. I'm just
My
gonna
first
wait.
thought was Finding Nemo.
Nope.
Oh, that is a good thought. Fish related, yes.
Nope. It's a reference from when I was very young.
Oh, so a really long time ago.
Yeah. Says Amy, who is older than me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am busy painting.
Yep. Okay, there's that. Let's get to the other one. These are 4 1/4.
Oh, the
Sorry, I'm speaking in
preciseness
weird
is coming
accents.
out. No, your accent.
Well,
was
yeah,
fine.
but
Gotta measure. Gotta measure. Gotta be exact.
well, I mean, if you want a nice book, you want it to be precise.
That's true.
right?
If you're measuring the outside, that's fine.
I want the cover to be, the right size around the outside of the pages.
That makes sense.
And I want the pages to be the same size because it's satisfying having a book that like lines up nicely.
So, talking about estimates, Barb, what are you going to get done in 3 minutes? What are you going to get done in 3 minutes?
What am I going to get done? I'm going to cut this. This will be cut. So the signatures are done. So I'm not going to actually get to the binding part. I'm just like preparing all of the pieces. So if I had been, thinking about it, I would have pulled a Liz and prepared this stuff in advance. But I did not. So I can get this. I might maybe be able to cut the other bottom piece or cut off some others of the other squares to stick them on top and see what I want to do. That's what I am expecting. No binding, just things cut.
Cool.
How about y'all?
I think I will have slightly more tree-ish looking cardboard, but it'll still be cardboard.
I think it'll always be cardboard unless you're planning on switching to another material.
It'll still look like cardboard.
I see.
Yeah, unless you get into physics and change the molecular structure of the cardboard. Is that what you meant, Liz? Or, I mean, yeah. Everyone. Whoever is listening. Okay.
All of the people.
Okay,
Yeah,
I added some silver. I think it looks good. It's still in progress.
Yeah, I like this. These cut.
Cool.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Are you not actually a right angle?
I think there were guests. Before we close the show, Barb, I think there were guests on people guessing what you were talking about.
What was I talking about?
When you said fish. You said
Fish?
something about a fish. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fishy,
Nobody had
fishy.
a thought. It's a Sesame Street reference. There's a time when Bert and Ernie go fishing. And Bert is using a fishing rod, and Ernie comes over and he's like, "Oh, I caught all of these fish. Why are you taking so long? Like, why can't you get any?" And Bert's like, "How do you do it?" And he's like, "I just call them and they jump into the boat." And he's like, "That doesn't happen. That's not real." And he's like, and then Bert or Ernie just goes, "Here, fishy, 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 fishy," and the boat and the fish just jump into the boat.
Our audience members were not thinking that far back, but they like the story.
I said it was a long time ago.
I know, but
Richard, do you remember
they
that?
weren't thinking cartoon or not cartoons, puppets. They weren't thinking kids shows. They were thinking adult movies and stuff, or movies like Liz was thinking when you said the
Nemo. Yeah.
Finding Nemo, the little fish. So Barb, it's 3:00.
No.
You just said no. No, it is not 3:00. It is.
I just said
3:00 here on the.
It's not 3:00. Well, I have to finish this cut because I'm holding it in place.
That's all right.
I tried to take a project that I could do in an hour, but again, time management not on my side.
Well, how far did you get? You got your tree-like piece.
Yeah, I've got the actual box.
Oh, cool.
And then I was working on cutting out the trees.
That is awesome. Yeah, I can see how
That's
that would
really
take a
neat.
while. Yeah.
It's pretty.
Well,
I like it.
It is pretty. Well, Liz, thanks for being our last minute guest. Thanks for
having me.
Yeah, you can come back anytime. We will prepare questions and thoughts before ahead of time. Maybe we'll all show up in cosplay with costumes on. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, cool. Oh,
Should I put
last
mine
thing.
on?
No, you shouldn't put yours on because you can't hear us, Barb. A fish called Wanda was the guest for your saying before we found out it was Bert and Ernie. So that was good. But everyone, good book, Barb. Nice. You can show us more of it next week. And thanks for tuning in, or thanks for watching us recorded later. Okay, bye. Bye. Yay.